right now. And if you guys were on the American Diabetes Association webpage, you probably have heard my voice or maybe recognizing me from past Tour de Cures. I've been fortunate enough to be the MC of the last few races. I think the last one was down in Fountain Square. My first one I got to do was a bucket list. I got to do the IMS, so doing the Motor Speedway a few years back. But this year, we have some changes coming up with the Tour de Cure. Thanks to our friend COVID-19, who has caused a lot of temporary restrictions on travel and social distancing and all the things we're doing. And I have with me today Miss Sarah Schmitz. Sarah is the executive director for the area here in Indiana, Kentucky, and I think Ohio too. But Sarah, first of all, how are you holding up with all this COVID-19 shut-in stuff? You got a little one at home. You've got a husband at home probably. How's it going for you guys?
Yeah, hey Tom, it's definitely busy around here. So we've got my husband working from home, myself, and Mason. He's in fifth grade and doing the e-learning. And so it's a busy time for all of us for sure.
Yeah, it's it's been kind of crazy to see what's happened. I remember 6 or 8 weeks ago talking about the NCAA tournament possibly being played in front of no fans and actually playing them in front of empty stadiums. And here we are today, 8 weeks later, with nothing happening. And now that's going to affect the Tour de Cure this year that typically comes up in June. How's it? What's going to happen this year with Tour de Cure? Because I understand we're doing a virtual race, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right. So the American Diabetes Association has been monitoring the spread of COVID-19 like all of you, and we're following the guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the World Health Organization, among other authorities. And just out of being cautious, conservative, and consistent, focusing on the health and safety of our participants, volunteers, sponsors, employees, our partners, our friends. We are moving to a virtual Tour de Cure event. So we'll not be meeting in person on June 6th, but we'll be meeting here live on Facebook. And we're asking everyone to participate in a new way.
And so a virtual race, many people have never done a virtual race. Um, it actually kind of makes it a little easier for most people because they can actually do this kind of on their own time and do it in their own track or their own course that they come up with. This has never been done before, right? In ADA history, is this a new thing?
Yeah, this is a new thing and we're excited about it. Excited to make this shift because you're right. Everybody can participate from where they are. So you can create your own route. You can go out in your neighborhood and walk, run, ride your bike, do anything to just move. And we have specific instructions on how you can participate with the group that day. We'll be having you post on social media and tag us with your mileage completion, and also have people, our sponsors, our presenting sponsor, Oak Tree Financial Advisors, and our Living Red sponsor, Lilly Diabetes, just to name a couple of them, will come on live with us and talk and cheer everybody on. It'll be an exciting day, and it's really important for everyone to get out and move and stay physical, especially during this time. We need to focus on our mental health, our physical health, and this is a way to get involved, train for the event, and then on June 6th, come out and move with us.
And when you say come out and move with us, you're talking about doing it from your neighborhoods, from wherever you might live. People can kind of do this on their own. I think it's going to be kind of cool because we're actually planning to use this platform. One of the things that we wanted to do today was just kind of experiment with it and show folks how it works. But this platform allows us to really stream anybody. And I guess what was really kind of telling was last night watching the NFL draft, and they did that whole draft virtually. And I thought that was cool as heck. And I think we could do the same thing here, but actually add the extra layer of people actually being out on their bikes or out walking or out just, jogging with their friends, all raising money for diabetes.org. Is that something that on June 6th and talk through what's going to happen on that day, because it's going to be a little different since we're not going to actually be somewhere with an opening ceremony, all this together.
Yeah. So we are still going to try to take those fun activities and the schedule of our typical day that we would spend together and mimic those virtually. So we will still have an opening ceremony. We will have some music and entertainment and words from our partners. We also will have cheering stations and times where people could come and just watch our feed and cheer people on as they're coming through the finish line, finishing their miles and posting. So we want to have a lot of participation and excitement and positivity coming from this event and on this day. We'll have a closing ceremony. We'll recognize our top fundraisers, our champions who raise over $1,000 or more. And we already have some of those champion fundraisers. I'm going to shout out Bernie right now, Bernie Clark. He's our #1 fundraiser. Way to go, Bernie.
Well, that's really cool for everybody, and I think what will really be kind of fun with this is we get people to take pictures when they start. They can do videos along the way. They can post them at the end, and we really have kind of the results in real time through Twitter as people are hashtagging things. I wanted you to talk a little bit about this training ride coming up. And I wanted to show this graphic on the screen. This is coming up on May 2nd, Saturday, May 2nd. So it's next weekend at Developer Town. Are you guys still planning on doing this, or how's this going to happen?
Yeah, the training ride is still happening and it's May 2nd. It's going to serve as our official kickoff to this virtual event. So we're inviting cyclists to join us on a 23-mile ride. Of course, you can ride a smaller amount of miles if you would like, but we do have a little competition going on with 23 miles. You can register online at diabetes.org/IN training ride. And once you get done with your 23 miles, we'll put you in a drawing to get some great cycling gear.
That's really cool. Is
And
that still Developer Town as well?
yeah, Developer Town is hosting this training ride, and it'll start at 11 a.m. If you can't start at 11 a.m., that's okay, but our goal is to get everybody started around the same time and get their 23 miles in. And so we're really excited because the first 10 riders who complete the 23 miles will get some cool gear from Developer Town.
And so let's talk about just the Tour de Cure itself and the ride and how people can be involved in this, because I think this virtual ride is going to open it up to even get more people involved. I know I've got kids in my neighborhood running around these loops. I don't know how many miles they put in a day, but my guess is somewhere around 100 to 200 miles per day. These kids are riding their bikes. I'm not sure e-learning's happening in our neighborhood, but I know they're getting a lot of miles on their bike. So how can people actually participate starting now, leading up to the Tour de Cure on June 6th?
Yeah, well, I'm glad that there's kiddos out riding their bikes because that's so important. I think that counts as PE class now. Um, so it's good to hear that, and this really is something for all of the family. So whether you ride your bike, walk, or run, you can start getting out there and practicing right now. So take a 30-minute walk, go for a 5-mile ride, work your way up to those 23 miles or whatever personal goal you've set up for yourself. It's really easy to register. You go to diabetes.org/Indiana Tour. Registration is free. We've waived registration and minimum fundraising for this virtual event, which makes it easier for everyone to get involved. If you do raise $100, it's pretty easy to get to $100 if you just start small. Ask 10 friends for $10 is a great way to go about it. But if you get to $100, we will mail you a t-shirt And for our fundraisers that are reaching $500 and $1,000 levels, they'll get more custom gear such as windbreakers and jerseys. Everyone that registers will receive a bib for participating, so you can wear your bib while you're out in your neighborhood, riding your bike, running, or walking. And we also have some other cool gear in those packets that you'll get when you register, and you'll get those the week before our Tour de Cure.
So that all sounds. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I mean, you don't have to really go out now. You can stay in your neighborhood or stay in your little circle where you normally would ride or walk or whatever you're going to do. So you can also do it as a family event. I mean, the Tour de Cure has always been a family event. I'm always surprised how many families come out and do that together. The 5K, and you've done walks and different things, but now they can kind of do it on their own terms. Do it in their own backyard, and maybe get their neighbors to participate. That'd be kind of cool. I think this year, I mean, obviously you got a fundraising goal, but is there also maybe a participant goal? I mean, maybe you can double participation this year. Who knows, right?
Yeah, I think that's the way that we're going about this. We're seeing this as an opportunity, no restrictions, no fundraising requirements. Let's get as many people involved as we can. And again, just really to stress the importance for everyone, especially those living with diabetes. It's very important to be active. We have 1 in 10 Americans that are living with diabetes right now, and 1 in 2 Americans have prediabetes or living with diabetes. And, a concern is that people are not active enough during this COVID-19 time and getting out and moving and eating healthy. So we just want everyone to remember to take care of themselves. And really, the Tour de Cure is a fun way to get moving now and moving with us again on June 6th.
Well, we'll try to make it the best event possible. I want to do some fun things that day on Tour de Cure Day on June 6th. We're going to do some fun things with that, and we'll interview some fun people and make it kind of an interesting day. I mean, if you want to be a spectator and sit at home and be a part of it, you can. Or if you want to get out and walk or run or ride your bike or whatever, you can do that as well. And let's hope that people can still step up and raise some money. At least try to hit that $100 mark. I mean, that's, like you said, $10 from 10 of your friends. I only have 2 friends, so I got $50 a piece from them. But still, it's only one ask, and I think now people more than ever are more in tune with people living with diabetes. I know COVID-19 has really taken a toll on a lot of folks that have been suffering from diabetes, and so until we find a cure, we got to keep doing these things to help that cure come along. I know Lilly has been a great supporter of this event, and they're research scientists, and those guys all come out and support this. So maybe we'll see all of our neighborhoods come out that day and wear red and come out and help the ADA. Would that be cool?
Yeah, that would be so great. And it would really, help everyone that knows somebody that is living with diabetes, as well as those living with diabetes, to see people come out in the neighborhood or even come online and comment and cheer people on as they are posting their photos.
Yeah. Well, again, it's diabetes.org/Indiana Tour is the link to go and register for the Tour de Cure. It's on June the 6th. And then the training ride is coming up on May 2nd at Developer Town. It's down in Broad Ripple area. If you guys want to come out and be a part of that, it's 23 miles. We'd love to see you guys all out there for that. And if nothing else, just get out there and start trying to get more active and try to get more awareness for the American Diabetes Association. All the work they're not only doing nationally, but right here in Indiana is not going unnoticed, sir. You guys are doing great work. So congratulations on what you're doing. And let's just try to keep that number. Let's try to raise more money than we ever raised before by getting the IMS and all these other places. Let's try to just beat that. Should we try that?
Yeah, let's do it. I like a
Okay,
challenge, Tom. Thank you.
well, thank you. And I'm going to sign off. But you guys, again, diabetes.org/Indiana Tour. Sign up today, and we'll be looking for you. I want to do some shout outs on the 6th, as many people as possible. So if you guys post pictures, videos, whatever you want, I'll bring you up in the feed, and you can go back and watch yourself afterwards. I'll see you then, okay? See you, Sarah.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.